This is every parent's fear come true.
Listen here. I have your daughter. You tell anyone. You call the cops, I'm gonna pump her stomach so full of drugs. I'm gonna have my way with her, drop her in Mexico, and you'll never see her again.
Scammers have figured out you don't actually need to take a child to kidnap them. This is the podcast that helps keep your family safe from scams, hacks, and frauds. Help us protect your family by liking, subscribing, and leaving a review. Picture yourself in the place of Jennifer DeStafano. It's 4:50 p.m. in your hometown of Scottsdale, Arizona. The bustling of a busy Friday afternoon surrounds you as you pull into a car park. You're a mother of 4, with your husband and 2 of your children out of town. Amongst those away is 15-year-old daughter Brianna, also known as Bri. After several years off the sport, Bri has recently restarted ski racing. And how dangerous skiing can be flashes through your mind as you reverse the car into a car park and apply the brakes. As you reach for the car door handle, your phone begins to ring. The screen tells you the call is from an unknown number, so your first instinct is to ignore it. Who calls from an unknown number, you think? It's probably just a spam call. But as the phone continues to ring, you remember that unknown numbers can sometimes be doctors or hospitals. And with Bri's ski training, this could be a bad news call. So you hit the green button to connect the call and tentatively say, hello. Your heart races as you hear a girl sobbing. It's your daughter, Bri.
Mom!
Her cries make your mind race with images of her crashing into race gates or trees. You ask what happened.
Mom, I messed up.
She says as you leave the car and head inside, where her sister is finishing dance practice. You ask again what happened, but a man's voice cuts in, barking orders.
Lay down and put your head back.
The man orders. Your panic sharpens. Bri's voice chokes out.
Mom, these bad men have me. Help me! Help me!
Before the man takes the phone again.
Listen here. I have your daughter. You tell anyone. You call the cops, I'm gonna pump her stomach so full of drugs. I'm gonna have my way with her, drop her in Mexico, and you'll never see her again.
He threatens. What would you do in this situation? Do you do whatever the caller wants? Do you call the police anyway? What Jennifer did was put the call on mute and start screaming for help. Several parents in the dance studio heard and surrounded her, listening to the call, which was now on speaker. You see your daughter, Aubrey, frozen in fear. One parent calls the police. Another comforts Aubrey. The kidnapper is still threatening, demanding $1 million. But I don't have $1 million, you explain. The kidnapper quickly lowered his demands to $50,000. As you negotiate, the parent who called the police returns. The police don't believe it's real. They suspect your daughter's voice was cloned. But you're sure it's Bri's voice and sobs. So you ask for instructions on how to transfer the funds.
You will agree to being picked up in a white van with a bag over your head so you don't know where we are taking you. You better have all $50,000 in cash, otherwise both you and your daughter are dead. If you don't agree to this, you'll never see your daughter again.
What would you do? Would you agree? At that moment, the parent comforting your other daughter brings her phone. Your husband is on the line. Bri is safely in bed. You're torn about what to believe. Your husband wakes Bri, who assures you that she's safe.
Mom, I'm fine in bed. I have no idea what's going on. I'm safe. It's okay.
The nightmare lasted just over 4 minutes, but its effects are lifelong. Of course, Jennifer reported this to the police, but the police's reaction was disappointing. Jennifer's report was dismissed as just a prank call. Police told her these scams happen often and offered to call her back from an unknown number, which seemed intended to reassure her. although it did little to address her concerns. I'd like to hear your views on why exactly the police responded this way. I just can't understand what they were hoping to achieve with this offer. As far as the police were concerned, no crime had actually happened because no one was physically kidnapped and no money was actually transferred. But I have a problem with this, and I wonder if you do too. The definition of fraud is an attempt to gain some sort of financial advantage through deception. If nothing else, this is surely attempted fraud, right? And can you imagine what would have happened if this scam had been paired with a SIM hijacking scam like we've covered before? Jennifer could have found herself in an unknown van with a bag on her head, headed to goodness knows where if she couldn't reach her husband or Bree. Jennifer is now afraid to answer the phone. She's terrified of the possibility that her voice will be cloned and used by scammers in the future, and the whole cycle will begin again. In fact, it almost did. Jennifer's mother received a call from someone with her brother's voice, requesting money to deal with a hospital bill following an accident. Jennifer's mother, however, was able to pick up that the caller didn't use the same types of words and sentences that her brother would. To show you how good AI is at faking voices, part of this sentence is real, and part of it is not, it's AI generated. I'll put in the description which parts are real and which parts are fake. Can you tell the difference? And AI is only going to get better at this. Today it's audio, tomorrow it will be video. The best defense is to have things that neither an AI nor the people behind it will know. Have a password or safe phrase shared with trusted people so that you can use it as a signal to confirm your identity. These calls aren't limited to fake kidnappings, but also include fraudulent bail or hospital requests. For AI to work, it needs samples to feed from. This might be a bit odd for me to say this given that you're listening to a podcast. You should consider locking down the accounts you use on social media so that only friends and family can access your videos. That would make it much harder for a scammer to use them to steal your voice. Don't share any information about any trips you're taking until after the trip is over. Scammers do watch people's social media profiles and take advantage of times they're away. If the fake kidnappers hadn't called when Bree was on the skiing trip, and if Jennifer wasn't worried about Bree being injured as part of her practice, she might not have answered the call. I've been C, and this has been Scams, Hacks and Frauds. Subscribe to help keep your family safe and share our stories with your friends and family to keep them safe too. You'll find transcripts and ways to listen on our website www.scamshacksandfrauds.com. This podcast is available to reuse for free under the Creative Commons with Attribution Share Alike license. The music is not included in this license. For more information on the Creative Commons license, please visit creativecommons.org.